Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days and welcome to today's unseen video. This is where we round up all the big talking points from social media. We're going to go straight into the WWE folder. So, Ajad Kar, thank you, my friends. So, Nikki Bella has teased that her sister Brie could also be returning to WWE. There's not loads to this one. The reason why I included it is because Nikki kind of hints that she's not done with WWE. We had heard some rumors that she was looking to have another run, not just a Rumble appearance. So I think there's a good chance we will see Nikki Bella again, maybe on the road to WrestleMania. If not, maybe on the road to SummerSlam. But I do think we will see Nikki again in 2025 in WWE. And she's sort of teasing that Brie could be with her as well. Now, honestly, I'm not sure about that. I've not heard that Brie is interested in returning. She could be, but I think she's happy being like a mom and a wife and all of that. I get the impression, well, I've never really got the impression that she's looking to return to wrestling, and I've got the impression she's quite happy kind of doing what she's doing, the family life, if you will. So I'm not so sure about Brie. Nikki, I expect her to come back in 2025. But honestly, these two coming back, going after those tag titles, I think that makes a lot of sense. So we're going to have to wait and see how that plays out. Going to have to wait and see how this plays out as well. Christopher, thank you. So on the Saturday of WrestleMania, we always get a big NXT show. It is all a bit crowded and cluttered because on the Friday, we do the Hall of Fame. We do Smackdown, we do the Hall of Fame. On the Saturday, we do NXT and day one of WrestleMania. And then on the Sunday, we do day two of WrestleMania, and then the Monday is Raw, and it's a very, very busy weekend, right? Well, news is coming through, and it's very confusing news. News is coming through that Stand and Deliver, the NXT show on the Saturday, is going to begin at 8 o'clock UK time, right? And WrestleMania will start 3 hours later. That is insane. That is insane because, well, what about the Countdown show? Is that going to be on at the same time as NXT? Plus also, what if you're a fan and you go to this show? This is going to be on for at least 2.5 hours. So say this finishes at 10:30. You've got half an hour to get from this building to that stadium, to get through the ticket thing, to get a drink, find your seats, sit half an hour to do all of that. It's bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. I do not understand why they think this is going to work or how they think this is going to work. I mean, maybe Stand and Deliver is only going to be 2 hours long this year, and they're going to be really strict with just keeping it 2 hours. And then that would give people an hour, which feels a little bit better. I mean, this year, you know, it's the T-Mobile and it's the Allegiant Stadium. I don't think they're all that far away from each other. But even so, an hour to get out of the T-Mobile Arena, get over to the Allegiant Stadium, get through the ticket barrier. Surely you're going to want to go to the toilet, have a drink, get a hot dog, a burger, whatever it might be, find your seats. And you really don't want to be finding your seat as the show is just beginning. So this is insane in my mind. I really don't understand this at all. As they said here, look, it means there's going to be very little time between the events. I mean, if you're watching at home, it's great. If you're watching at home, you're just going to go from one show into another show. But I don't know about you. I'm quite down for a little break between the two of them as well, so that we can kind of clear our thoughts and, you know, get ourselves ready. I always like to have that little bit of time in between so we can kind of shift our attention from NXT and turn our attention to WrestleMania. So pretty crazy that. We'll have to see if that is how it goes. That is being reported by Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer. And I know a lot of people are not crazy about Dave, so as always, take it with a pinch of salt. WWE planning a massive send-off event for John Cena's retirement tour. Now, I think this is coming from Billy Batty, is it? It's coming from, Billy Batty on Dirt Sheets Wrestling Informer podcast. They're saying, I have learnt that WWE are en route to setting up an additional PLE in December. They are targeting the TD Gardens in Boston, right? And I believe they're going to set it up as Cena's farewell. Now, again, not a source that I tend to use very often, not a source that I tend to see a lot of exclusive info coming out of. So as always, take it with a pinch of salt. But honestly, would we be that surprised to find out that WWE were going to do another PLE in December as a big thank you and farewell, goodbye, the last time is now type show for John Cena? I don't think we would be that surprised. In fact, I think a lot of us are actively expecting it. So this would kind of fit in line with what my expectation would be. TD Gardens in Boston makes sense. It's where John Cena is from. So, it all checks out, right? WWE is reportedly looking at December 27th as the date for Cena's last stand. So it would be just a few days after Christmas as part of that kind of holiday tour. They're even saying that this year the holiday tour had a Madison Square Garden show. It could be that is turned into a PLE and moved to the TD Gardens, but there is no guarantee of any of this at the moment, right? So this is just this is what the dirt sheets are saying. This is what the rumor mill is saying. So something to be aware of. I think that's quite big, if true. WrestleVotes said, as discussed today on WrestleVotes Radio, sources state that WWE and the NFL have collaborated on a project that will showcase a custom WWE Championship featuring Super Bowl 59 branding this weekend in New Orleans. So it's going to have the game logo and colors, and so WWE are going to have some sort of presence during the Super Bowl with a championship, a custom championship. They're images that we've seen before. This is not the most shocking news in the world, but just something coming out of WrestleVotes. Christopher, thank you. So per Chris Prolific, WWE plans for Charlotte Flair to take on a heel role in an upcoming rivalry with Tiffany Stratton, which obviously the match doesn't shock. That's what we're expecting, but Charlotte turning heel is maybe not quite what we've been expecting. It's what should happen, but she's been trying to be a face. We saw her on Raw going, guys, I missed you guys, and she got booed out the building, and we were like, why are they trying to make her a face? So it turns out here, news coming through that they are going to make her a heel, which makes total sense. It's absolutely what they should do. If they want this match, Charlotte being the face, it just ain't gonna fly. Perhaps they tried it, saw it didn't work, and, we are where we are. So, Christopher, shout out to you. Wrestle Night, shout out to you. This is funny, but also, I think, very, very interesting to get a star of Seth's magnitude making a comment like this about Hulk Hogan. I think this is significant.
And you mentioned WrestleMania, a guy who's headlined WrestleMania so many times over. Seth, what was your thoughts on Hulk Hogan getting booed like crazy on Netflix?
I am all for people getting what they deserve. That's how I feel about Hulk Hogan getting booed on. If you are getting booed by the masses, there's a reason for it, all right? So I don't know if Hulk fully understands the scope, but people get what they deserve. So I'm happy to see it.
Wow, I'm happy to see it. People get what they deserve. There is no politician spin on the answer. There's no, I better tread carefully here. It is, I love it. It's great seeing people get what they deserve. And, that is just a very kind of PC response, really. It's not politically correct to kind of come out and say that. If you're WWE, you would want your superstars saying, well, we love our fans. They're entitled to their opinion. You know, they're going to boo and cheer for who they want to boo and cheer for. Like, that would be the kind of answer I would expect. Not, I love it. I don't think Hogan understands the scope and, you know, people get what they deserve. Like, these aren't the kind of answers I would have expected, but I'm here for these answers, right? I'm here for this level of honesty, so let's go. Right, Sean Ross Sapp said a number of WWE talents that Fightful Select have spoken to have expressed their frustration over their Death Rebel themes, say they're actively tried to get their old themes back. No names being mentioned. I don't know where we are with Death Rebel because I'm under the impression Death Rebel's time with WWE is pretty close to done, if not done. I seem to remember we've talked about the fact that WWE are actively moving on from Death Rebel, so I'm under the impression that we are looking to new places for music now, but I don't know, this kind of gives me the impression that maybe not quite. Perhaps it's a process, and perhaps we're just not going to be able to change all of this Death Rebel music in one go, you know? So perhaps there's a lot of stars backstage pleading for their themes to be changed. I mean, all I keep seeing is people saying that the Rumble was extra mid because of the themes. People's music would hit, and a load of us would be like, who's this again? Because we did change a lot of themes, and not for the better. You know, not for the better. They did change, and they have been made really just bland and just very samey. You never quite know who's coming out. I mean, I don't know about you, but a lot of the time I'm waiting for the graphic to hit more than the music to play. So, yeah, a lot of frustration around their themes, Death Rebel themes. Jey Uso showing off a new logo. This was on Instagram, Yeet Mania. So, don't know if, I'm guessing this is going to be his merch, and you're probably going to see this, like, used quite a bit. We had Kofi Mania. We had Yesel Mania. Are we now going to have Yeet Mania? Maybe not for everyone, but certainly for some. So, Yeet Mania on the way. Oh, I just wanted to show this, right? Because I had forgotten a little detail about this. So, after WrestleMania 40, The Rock came out to confront Cody and give him back what we think was a watch, right? Still have not had that confirmed, by the way. And he said, like, your story might be finished now, but our story has only just begun. But during this promo, he actually points out, the day before you won that title, Cody, I pinned you in the main event of WrestleMania. And actually, if I go back to it and skip forward to about this bit here, I pinned you, Cody, 1, 2, 3. And it wasn't until I just watched this clip back here, 1, 2, 3, I was like, that's exactly what he did when he came out. Was it Bad Bloods? Stood in the entranceway and did the 1, 2, 3. I seem to remember that there was a theory at the time that he was saying to either Cody or to Roman, I am going to be beating you next time I see you. And I'm coming for you, and it's going to be 1, 2, 3. I wonder if actually what it was is him coming out reminding Cody, I beat you at WrestleMania. I beat you in the main event of night 1. 1, 2, 3. I'm still around, and I'm still coming for you. And honestly, I've seen so many theories about The Rock coming out and doing that hand gesture that I think I've just got myself in kind of a tiz. I must have seen at least 10 different theories on what that was, with the majority of those now proven to be incorrect. You know, some people thinking it was going to connect to Raw on Netflix. Some people thinking it was going to connect to the Royal Rumble. Like, there's been loads of theories. I'm still thinking he came out and sent a message to Cody, I pinned you. I've not gone away. I'm still here. And perhaps at that time, we were still on track with The Rock being at WrestleMania. And of course, now it doesn't feel like that's going to happen anymore. Maybe hence why we saw the breaking of kayfabe, the complete change in his character on that debut episode of Raw. So, yeah, this is a little something, nothing massive. I just had forgotten that he did that hand gesture, the 1, 2, 3, in a promo with Cody. And so that just adds maybe a little more weight as to when he came out and did it in front of Roman and Cody. Was he just reminding Cody, I've pinned you, WrestleMania, night 1, I'm still here, our story is yet to begin, blah, 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 blah. So just something I thought was interesting. Talking of Cody, Cody Rhodes confirms he'll be on SmackDown 2 days in bed, essentially, but I'm feeling good and I'm ready for Memphis. So obviously we had reports that Cody was pretty banged up. Well, we're expecting him to be on SmackDown. Probably not wrestling, but we're expecting him to be there after what was a hellacious match against Kevin Owens. Then we had this. Now, honestly, I did not believe this. I got tagged in this and I thought it was fake news, right? But it turns out it's real. So here, Sportskeeda Wrestling, just saying Ava Raine is going to get a huge push soon. I don't know that she still uses that. I don't think she still uses that name. I think she is just Ava, right? So The Rock's daughter, Ava, to get a major push, right? No problem with that. The only thing is she doesn't wrestle. We never see her wrestle. I don't even know if she's still training in wrestling. She does a lot of talking, right? But apparently she's going to get, like, she's the GM of NXT. So apparently she's going to get a big push. So I didn't quite believe it until I saw that post confirming that it had come from WrestleVotes. So here's what's said, right? Creative has begun putting plans in motion for Ava to be featured more prominently on TV. I mean, she's on NXT every week, and she is an authority figure, but it sounds like she's going to be more involved in feuds and things like that, maybe. And she'll have merchandise. Character ties will allude to The Rock's final boss persona. So her character is in some way going to connect to her dad's final boss persona. Plans conclude Ava playing off the final boss character on TV as a way to raise her importance. I think her being GM has done that. She feels important. She doesn't feel unimportant. I think she's done very well in the GM role, to be perfectly honest. So I'm very interested to know where this is going. This honestly feels like the kind of thing WrestleVotes would put out. Ava's going to be more important. She's going to play off the final boss character of her dad. Like, it just doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel true. I'm struggling to believe it, but it is coming from a very good source. It's coming from WrestleVotes, so I don't know. We're going to have to keep an eye on that situation. Another situation we're going to have to keep an eye on is this from Alexa Bliss, right? So Brady, one of the top Alexa Bliss stans, and I have no problem saying that. Brady has been flying the flag for Alexa Bliss for years and years and years. Got in touch and sent this over, right? So Alexa posted this not that long ago, and the message to this image is the Alexa Bliss with like a devil emoji. And look at the Alexa Bliss. Now, I looked at that, and my first reaction was, has she just had enough of all those fake accounts? And she's like, this is the Alexa Bliss, not those fake phony accounts that pretend to be me and try and, you know, con people and scam people. This is the Alexa Bliss. It's a very weird thing to write, I think. We know this is the Alexa Bliss. We know who this is. So the Alexa Bliss, it's very, I didn't understand. I was all at sea. But thankfully, we've got some big Alexa fans that have kind of added a little extra context, right? So with that being said, let's go to the Alexa folder and we'll have a look, see what this extra context is, right? So the Alexa Bliss. So Nathan said, the latest Instagram post is very interesting. It's got a devil emoji, right? The monster is the music that is attached to this post. It indicates a dark character. The Alexa Bliss was also on her last post before she left 2 years ago, which indicates a continuation of this story, right? Which I think is very, very interesting. So here, I believe this is the posts, right? From 2 years ago, Alexa put this out. And again, she said, the Alexa Bliss, born bad, born mad. Apparently this was posted the day after the Royal Rumble 2023. She wrote, the Alexa Bliss. And now today, she's posted the Alexa Bliss again, right? Which obviously makes it feel like there's a connection. The other connection is the ring gear she was wearing at Royal Rumble 2023 is the same ring gear she was wearing at Royal Rumble 2025. So it very much feels like we are picking up where we left off. It very much feels like a connection and a continuation, right? So as Nathan said, we're theorizing that we are heading into a continuation of what we should have seen after Rumble 2023. And Brady finding this as well. Again, I think just after Royal Rumble 2023, you can see the dates, a picture, and the Alexa Bliss. But only this time, this one was posted on X, Twitter at the time, right? So this is clearly a message that she wanted to put out, and it's the same look, the Alexa Bliss with a devil emoji posted seemingly on January 29th, 2023, and she has just posted the exact same thing today. Why is this interesting? Because I agree it shows a connection to the last kind of wrestling related tweet she sent in 2023. The ring gear connects, the message connects. Does that mean she is now going to continue telling the story she would have told had she have not stepped away? The issue you've got with that is the wrestling world is in a very different place. There is no Bray Wyatt anymore, and I'm sure he would have featured in whatever story was going to be told back in 2023. He's not with us anymore, right? Uncle Howdy is still around, but he's now got a group. You know, we've got the Wyatt Sicks. That group was not there back in 2023. So how does she interact with that group now? So I sort of feel like, yes, there is a very good chance we're going to continue where we left off. And I very much see those connections, but it is a very different landscape as well. We can't just sort of act like she's not been away. I'm not expecting that, right? I feel like she has to address Bray's passing. And maybe it will only ever be done subtly. Perhaps the jacket and little references. Perhaps she will never actively come out and say, perhaps it's going to be too hard for her to do that. You know, it is obviously something very deeply personal. It's a very real loss. Of course it is. So I don't know. I really don't know what the way forward is here. But there are no signs of anything new outside of Lily and that jacket. It's the same ring gear. It's the same messaging. It does feel like we're just continuing where we were in 2023. It's very interesting. I find this very, very interesting. It's one of those that's, you could say it's a whole lot of nothing. You know, but then equally you can sort of see that it is painting a picture. The next time we see her, she's not going to be this completely different character. It seems like we are just continuing and picking up where we left off before. So some interesting bits there. I'm sure you'll agree. So Nathan and Brady, appreciate it. And here, Jordan, just letting me know that Alexa has signed with Paragym, is that how you pronounce it? Which is a company that just helps people get into Hollywood, TV shows, movies, just opportunities. They've got lots of wrestlers signed to that. I think Tiffany signed not that long ago. So they've managed to get Alexa signed to that as well. Lovely. TNA, I don't think there's loads here. So apparently we did Tyson against Ace Austin, Tyreek and Wes on the outside, they, of course, would end up getting involved in the match. They would start beating up Ace Austin. That would bring down the Rascals. Not sure where this is going. I think we've already done a 6-man tag match, so I'm not too sure where this is leading. But either way, you know, Rascals are obviously heavily involved. They've got the history with Wes. There's lots of little matches we can do, like different combinations. So I think we're just going to keep doing that for a little bit. And then Cora Jade came down during a battle royal, and she was just on commentary. One thing I've not seen is if there's been anything else other than that. I mean, really, those are the two big things NXT are doing with TNA at the moment. So I don't think there will be anything else. But what we can do is just jump into the list and have a look and see Sable, which, you know, I'm not down on that, to be honest. Tyson wrestled. Yeah, we just spoke about that. I think at this time, Fraxium, of course. Fraxium in action. So, yeah, I forgot about Fraxium. They were in action. And everybody is down at the moment. It looks like they are the main event then. It looks like Fraxium are competing at the moment. They are taking on Ryan and Nick Nemeth. So we might have to revisit this because there's literally a couple of minutes left of TNA at the time of recording this. We might just have to look at this Sable picture for a few minutes, which I don't think there'll be too many complaints about, to be honest. Yes, Fraxium are defending the championships. I think what we'll do is we'll come back and we'll see how Fraxium have got on, right? Let's go over to fun. We'll go over to fun, work our way through this. So Smurfy Toon said Jey Uso getting yeeted onto a Prime bottle. So let's have a look at this, shall we? So apparently you can use the... Oh, look at that. Look at that. Apparently you can use the Hydration Station Prime bottle as a weapon. Here it's been brought into the ring. Oh, mates. There we go, Smurfy Toons. Thank you. This was pretty fun. Again, Smurfy Toons said, I found this gem. Pancho turned heel.
Hey, what's up? It's Steve. Come to the Broken Skull Ranch. I'm over here hanging out with Pancho. This little motherfucker. You gonna leave me again, you little fucker? Panchy, come here. Pancho. God damn it. I've been holding that cat for 20 fucking minutes. And now, break out the iPhone to make a video for Instagram, and you don't want no part of it. Pancho. God damn it. Pancho, don't leave me. That motherfucker's the best.
So he was sat there with the cat trying to do a little video. As soon as he started recording, cat didn't want to know, man. Cat didn't want to know. Stone Cold got played. Right, this is good. TJF 1983, thank you. So Tiffany reacts to Mandy Rose's accusation that she stole her slogan, put some respect on my name.
Mandy Rose.
I knew this conversation was coming.
Was upset that you took her catchphrase.
Tiffany Stratton used my slogan.
Put some respect on my name.
This even used like the same kind of tone.
What's your thought on that?
Honestly, I think it's a little sad that she felt the need to go on her podcast and say something like that. But I wish her the best, honestly.
Wish her the best.
Wow. I don't think we're bringing Mandy back. I think she just got asked a question. God, these wrestlers are being brutally honest, aren't they? I think it's a bit sad that she went onto her podcast and like felt the need to say something like that. But I wish her all the best. So that coming courtesy of Ring the Bell, who do great work. They tend to focus on like women's wrestling. And they've been around a long time, actually. And they do good work. So, yeah, getting a very juicy answer there. Bia, shout out to you. So status, just very quick little glimpse of the Wyatts in 2K25. Really not loads to go off. Like, there's literally a 1 second clip. And this is just a screenshot from it doing the rounds at the end of a video of the Wyatts doing their entrance. So there we go. Nia said, send me some inspo for gear, please and thank you. Tiffany sent us some inspo. I think Nia responded to this and went, rude. I could still make it work though. Yeah, this guy. Nick, shout out to you. So, Chris the Rock. I don't know if that's his name. I do feel sorry for him. Clearly, this material is not in front of the right audience. I feel a bit sorry for him.
John Cena went up to a Japanese chef and was like, you can't sashimi. You can't sashimi. Why did Kofi Kingston flip the calendar? Because it's a new day. Yes, it is. Scientists just found microorganisms that look like the devil. Uh-oh. Hell in a cell. Hell in a cell. I heard the king in England just took some Pepto. He must be feeling a Royal Rumble. He must be feeling a Royal Rumble. All right, sorry, I got some ring rust. John Cena went up to a...
I thought the New Day one was all right, actually. Oh, this is... I flipping love this. Right? This is getting good. There can only be one big dog. Which one of you pretty boys wants it first? Still pretty. I'm still pretty. Come on. I love that from Cena. CM Punk gets in. Which of you pretty boys wants it first? Still pretty. I'm still pretty. Come on. Yeah. Come on. I flipping love that clip, man. I love it. Fade said this man Penta has got little babies doing his hand sign now. Zero, miedo. There we go. Kids are doing the zero, miedo thing. So very cool. Oh my God, I love this woman. I can't tell if this is real or not, right? I don't know if she is real. Like, I don't know if she's like a comedian that's doing a skit or a bit. I can't tell. If she is, she does it really, really well. If she isn't, then this woman is my spirit animal, right? This clip is amazing. She's called Miss Chang Gifted, right? Oh my God, I love this woman. I love this woman.
And Naomi, we need to talk because y'all have upset one of my third graders. I'm in my third grade class yesterday and we're having optional share time. Yes, I spend a little bit of time every class letting kids share things they want to share. Research has proven, it is proven that kids who like feel comfortable with their teachers and feel connected to their teachers are going to do better. It's just proven. It's just like us. Other lesson learned here is like never judge a book by its cover. There's this little girl in my class, very mild-mannered, soft-spoken. She is like the model student. She raises her hand and she goes to share. And she's like, this weekend I went to WWE. If y'all don't know what that is, that's wrestling. And yeah, that's how I say it. I'm talking about the kind where you get on TV and, you know, you get up there and you're like, ah, boom, like that kind of stuff. I was like, you went to the wrestling thing? She's like, yeah, I'm a huge fan. I was totally blindsided that this girl was into wrestling. She goes, well, my favorite wrestlers are Naomi and Bianca Belair, I think is her last name. Now, I've never heard of these wrestlers. I Googled them. We looked them up and I saw them. Y'all both lost. Y'all both lost. She was there watching you live and both of you lost. She was so disappointed that you both lost. I don't know if we can have a redo. I'm from Atlanta. I don't know if y'all are coming back to Atlanta. I don't know how often y'all wrestle in Atlanta. But y'all this girl needs to see y'all win. Like, y'all are a really cool representation for this young girl. But I want y'all to get a win for her, okay? Don't judge a book by its cover and get to know your students. Have a good day, y'all. Bye.
I love that. She says, I haven't got a clue how this works, but you both lost. Can we get a redo? Can we redo it? Because you mean a lot to this little girl and she watched you lose. So, could you imagine Bianca and Naomi watching that going, Jesus. You haven't got to keep reminding us that we lost. I sent a message going, can you please do a video to Sammy? As a Sammy fan, I need redos as well. Because honestly, that guy, if you're a Sammy fan, it's a hard time. That's all I'm saying. So, love that woman. We need a redo. Yeah, you both lost. And this little girl, she really likes you. So, fix it. Right, let's go here. So, Sportskeeda said, or this is coming from Roman, I mostly miss being in the locker room. I miss the camaraderie, that bond with the boys. But I had to grow up. It was a time to choose either be a superstar or be one of the boys. And I picked business. So, there we go. Picked business. So, it sort of throws my mind back to R-Truth. Because R-Truth shared some videos. I think we looked at them on a previous Unseen where he's like hanging around with Roman and like they're like, you know, renting cars, having a great time. It's just really interesting here. Roman saying that like he had to leave that behind. He had to either become a superstar or just stay like being one of the boys in the locker room, and he chose business. Right, Tiffany Stratton's merch sales are dominating the WWE women's division. So apparently her merch sales are doing very, very well. So Ryan, thank you. Apparently John Cena dominated Royal Rumble weekend as well. His merch did fantastic. I think knocking Cody into second place, actually. So a bit of info. And then we got this as well. Index back in indie wrestling's latest video. She actually goes training with my ex-husband, and we never got that explained. That breakup, that was never explained. But training with my ex-husband, you see Loomis in the video. He never talks, right? You only see him for a bit. And she goes to visit him, gives him an indie t-shirt. They do a bit of training, and that's it, really. I mean, there is not much to it. But it's nice to see Dexter, and it's nice to see Index back. But he doesn't talk. And yeah, ex-husbands. This did break up, but we just never saw it. We just only heard that it had broken up and that it had ended. So, yeah, there we go. Kevin, thank you. A new Indy Hartwell video dropping. And big thank you because here, look, Master Taker has just 33 seconds ago, because whilst we've been recording this, I've been trying to keep an eye on what's happening in TNA. Fraxium retain. Master Taker also informed me that next week on TNA it'll be Cora Jade against Xia Brookside. Apparently that's a match that's been made as well. So there we go. The Nemeths couldn't get the job done, and so Fraxium are still NXT tag champs. Honestly, that was pretty distracting. Whilst I've been recording this, I've been kind of keeping an eye on what's happening in TNA so that I can bring you that news literally as soon as it drops, or as soon as it like comes through. I think we're pretty much done, though, with all the folders. We've just got community and thanks. So, Wrestle with Andy, shout out to you. Got a Hollywood Hulk Hogan autograph. So there we go. Wrestle with Andy, 3 packs in, and he gets a Hollywood Hulk Hogan card. TJF 1983, shout out to you. Said, watch the new Scarlett and Shotzi Chamber of Horrors episodes. 10 out of 10 featuring Maxine Dupree. I spoke to them in the chat and I found out some cool info. Main event Jey Uso was almost going to be on the show. So this is their horror kind of show. So main event Jey Uso was almost going to be on, maybe does one in the future. The power of Tozawa is strong. He's scared of nothing. Liv Morgan and Raquel will be doing an episode in a few weeks' time. So there we go. Some exclusive info. And Raymond, shout out to you. Got a like from Goldust. Dustin Rhodes. So, Raymond, congrats, buds. Let's jump over to thanks then and wrap this up. We've got thanks here. So, Brady, Sweet Chin Wrestling, TJF 1983, Wrestling's Biggest Fan, Walter J, Kelly the Wise Lady, Patrick Smith, Las Vegas Mats, CM Chunk, Uncle Revel, got a like from Carrion. Looks like that just slipped into the wrong folder. But Uncle Rebel, well done, buds. Word of Wrestling, Emmanuel, Colton, Oliver, Casper, Larry, Duke's Wrestling, Ajad Carr, J Omega, Tribal Chief Snipes, Wild Child Billy, hashtag push, King Kota, hashtag push, Zelina Vega, Real Wrestling Fan, and Raymond. A big thank you to all of you. So there we go. That was today's Unseen. Hope you enjoyed it. Appreciate the support. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.